The flickering glow of a forgotten nightlight, the hushed whispers in the dark, the unshakable feeling that something is wrong. These are the textures of childhood nightmares that linger long after the morning sun has chased away the shadows. We've all brushed against them, those primal fears that burrowed into our young minds, seemingly out of nowhere, and left an indelible mark. But what happens when those fleeting moments of unease solidify, morphing into something tangible, something that actively haunts the quiet corners of our existence? This isn't about the monsters under the bed, the boogeyman of nursery rhymes. This is about the insidious creep of dread that arises from seemingly mundane circumstances. The chilling realization that the safety we believed existed was, in fact, a fragile illusion. We're not exploring supernatural entities or overt threats here. Instead, the focus is on the subtle, psychological incursions that can redefine innocence with a chilling finality. This script delves into the unsettling phenomenon of childhood memories that twist and contort, transforming benign events into sources of profound disturbance. The aim is not to sensationalize, but to excavate the deep-seated psychological impact of these formative experiences. Consider the uncanny valley of memory, where a recollection should evoke comfort or nostalgia, but instead triggers a cold, visceral reaction. This happens because the brain, in its developmental stages, is exceptionally porous. It absorbs and processes the world with a raw, unfiltered intensity. While this makes children remarkably resilient in many ways, it also renders them uniquely vulnerable to the more unsettling aspects of their environment, often interpreting them through a lens of fear and confusion that adults with their developed coping mechanisms might dismiss. We are interested in those moments where this processing goes awry, where a seemingly ordinary interaction or observation becomes a seed of lasting dread. The problem at the heart of this exploration is how these deeply ingrained, yet often irrational fears continue to shape adult lives. Long after the perceived threat has vanished, or perhaps never truly existed in the way the child perceived it, the emotional residue remains. It manifests in anxieties, phobias, and a pervasive sense of unease that can disrupt daily life. Our unique angle is to examine these memories not as isolated incidents, but as interconnected threads in the tapestry of an individual's psyche. We draw a distinction between a bad dream and a disturbing memory. A dream, by definition, is ephemeral. A memory, however disturbing, is persistent. It's the lingering scent of something foul in a room that has long since been aired out. It's the phantom ache from a wound that has healed. This is about those memories that refuse to fade, that actively intrude upon present consciousness, leaving a distinct emotional scar. Through 3 distinct narrative vignettes, we will chart the course of these formative disturbances. Each story will present a scenario that, on its surface, might appear unremarkable to an outsider, yet carries the weight of profound terror for the individual who experienced it. The intention is to create a resonance with the audience, tapping into that universal human experience of confronting inexplicable fear, even if the specific details of the memories differ. We are not seeking to identify external perpetrators or assign blame in the conventional sense. Rather, we are focused on the internal landscape of childhood perception, where innocence collides with a dawning, often terrifying understanding of the world's complexities. The journey ahead promises to be one of quiet unease, a descent into those subconscious spaces where the echoes of childhood linger, shaping the present in ways we may not even fully comprehend. The script seeks to illuminate the power of these early impressions, demonstrating how they can embed themselves so deeply that they become indistinguishable from reality, even when logically challenged. It's about the uncanny persistence of certain emotional responses, the way a particular smell, sound, or even a fleeting visual can transport an adult back to a moment of primal terror they haven't consciously revisited in decades. This is not about trauma in the clinical sense, though the lines can be blurred. It's about the subtle erosions of childhood certainty, the moments when the familiar becomes alien, and the safe harbor of home feels like an exposed and vulnerable outpost. By presenting these diverse yet thematically linked narratives, we aim to foster a deeper understanding of the complex interplay between memory, emotion, and the enduring power of formative experiences. The following stories serve as case studies, examining how these disturbances take root and bloom into the unsettling specters that inhabit the quiet moments of adult life, moments often dismissed as mere childhood fancy. Reflecting on this journey so far, we've navigated the intricate landscape where the echoes of early perception continue to resonate within the adult psyche. The cumulative weight of these experiences, subtle yet profound, underscores a fundamental truth about human development: the indelible imprint of formative moments. It's akin to observing the slow, almost imperceptible erosion of a coastline by the ceaseless tides. The individual events may seem minor in isolation, but their persistent influence reshapes the very foundation of our inner world. The enduring power of these early impressions lies not in their overt dramatic nature, but in their capacity to subtly recalibrate our sense of safety, predictability, and self. As we pivot towards the final reflection, it becomes evident that the tapestry of our memories is woven with threads of both light and shadow, each contributing to the complex pattern of who we become. The insights gleaned from our exploration suggest that these seemingly disparate yet deeply interconnected early encounters coalesce into a more profound understanding of how our internal narratives are constructed. They illuminate the often unacknowledged mechanisms by which our past continues to inform our present, shaping our perceptions and influencing our reactions in ways that transcend conscious awareness. The journey has illuminated a path not to closure, but towards a deeper appreciation of the subtle forces that sculpt our inner lives, preparing us for a final contemplation on the enduring significance of these foundational experiences.